When I drew in the past, I had always the same issues. My outline didn't match with inside parts of the portrait, and always I repeat the same mistakes. Have you ever had the same experience? If the answer it is yes, I will tell you at the end of the video how I resolved these artistic issues. Okay, welcome back friends for another episode. Thank you for continuing to watch my video lessons, and maybe some of you are new. Let me introduce myself. My name is Gianluca Rotelli and I am a professional art teacher. My studio is in London, and in this episode I'm going to discuss about the idea that allows me get proportion correctly. I will give you the answer at the end of the video, and now you can see an entirely time lapse of my workflow. I think it is the time to figure out the collarbones, and I use a construction lines to estimate the distance from the chin to the beginning of the sternum and clavicle bones. I always must remember that the neck is in the middle of the rib cage. I also have to imagine one inner line traveling in the middle of the head until the chest. One time I established its center, I might draw a diagonal lines until the top of the deltoid, and then from the one to the armpit. And I may estimate the distance from the armpit to the right side of the arm. The sequence is always the same. For this reason, it does not make sense at the beginning of the drawing to attempt to be precise in the outline. Again, I check the diagonal line from the chest to the armpit to confirm that the width of the trunk of the body is exact. I often use tilty lines because I can see better the width from the point to another. If you pay attention to tilty lines for different perception of the subject, it's easy to estimate a correct distance between 2 points. Even though the wig is not the principal subject of the painting, I might describe its volume by adding lines on top of it. And I try to understand where the planes of the wig change direction. Okay, great. We are at the end of the lesson, and I'm going to answer the question that I asked you at the beginning of the video. The main idea to get proportion correct is to think at the drawing as a spider web. I may always start from the center and I go out. And that is why the outline of the beginning of the drawing must be blurry and vague. In other words, when you do a drawing, you should start always from the center, okay? And slightly you go out. For example, if you do a portrait, you should start with this area, okay? Eyes, nose, and lips. And after, you will figure out the outline of the face, okay? I remember when I was at university, a lot of teachers said to me, start with the outline and then you go inside and do the drawing. But it doesn't work. It doesn't work. One day I said to myself, let me try to do opposite. And I did a vague line of the portrait. And after that, I start to draw from inside to outside. And when I reached the border of my drawing, I realized, oh my God, so I can fix the border in relation of my drawing. And this is fantastic. It's fantastic because I will save time. Okay, how many times you have done some drawing and you realize that the outline doesn't fit, doesn't match with the drawing side, and then you have to change everything again. Okay, great. If you want to see whole video at real time with all my content, consider to subscribe at my Patreon page. I hope to see you at the next episode. And if you are interested to see my work, you can go on my website. Bye, see you soon.